Good evening, YouTube. This is SnowFox News at 400, not to be confused with any other Vulpine-based news organization. Covering today's headlines, the lead commentator for the channel The Yukitsu Times will be in Japan starting March, meaning he will not be able to update in real time and produce any video content. Now, there will be pre-recorded videos which should be going out on a consistent schedule, but will be impossible for Yukitsu to interact with any of his audience in the comment section of his videos, nor will it be possible to correct any video errors during that time. This trip is going to have a duration of 2 weeks and may include some recordings, but at the same time it is possible that the people in Japan will not appreciate having a rogue cameraman taking a video of them as they go down the street. If there is any video footage taken, expect it to be food related. Next, we bring you to gaming for this month, and it's been an interesting few months for releases. While both are theoretically in beta, Heroes of the Storm has become much more accessible and Darkest Dungeon has come out in early access. While Heroes of the Storm seems to rely very heavily on its play with friends aspect, it is an interesting one which may receive some coverage in future, but the real surprise contender is Darkest Dungeon. As a rage game with permadeath and a significant learning curve and huge replayability, Darkest Dungeon promises to be an interesting series to follow. Now, in gaming news, which has little to do with this particular channel, expect controversy over a variety of topics related to gaming and gamers to continue raging online. It is our personal recommendation that all viewers steer well clear of these discussions or debates, as the online format tends to lead to either deliberate antagonization or misunderstandings. And similarly unrelated to this channel, Sony Online Entertainment, a Sony subsidiary, was sold to Columbus Nova. This news has not yet shown how this may influence the gaming scene, as many titles controlled by Sony Online Entertainment were already cross-platform or PC titles. Hopefully we'll be seeing some support for them and continued online support for their MMO titles. And lastly, in news, we've got an upcoming Total War Attila game. It's slated for release this month. We already discussed that this was the one that they were working on. It's coming out on the 17th. While the Yukitsu Times will be looking into this title, the time period is not a favorite for their host, and as such is unlikely to receive as much attention as other titles by Creative Assembly. On the horizon, however, Creative Assembly has been working towards the Warhammer game, which they had acquired the license to some time ago, meaning that title may be out as early as next year. And to follow through with some of the newer content, we'll be also looking back into some classics. The Yukitsu Times started off discussing strategy games, horror games, and survival. We'll be seeing a return to form with some of those games. There was a significant hiatus to horror after the Call of Cthulhu game turned out to be bugged beyond repair, and there was a hiatus on Don't Starve content as the creator was burned out of the game after completing adventure mode. Don't Starve promises to make its return this Sunday, whereas Penumbra has begun filling the void of horror games already. You can check that series out by heading to the Yukitsu Times channel and looking up their horror game series or Penumbra. And that wraps up our channel news for this percentage. This is the Yukitsu Times, signing off.